And when you are self-aware, which means now you're more connected with your inner being. And when you're more connected with your inner being, which means now you know the path that you want to follow. Welcome to the channel. This is Guri, and we'll divide this video into 5 parts so that your brain can digest this information quickly. Even though every part of this video is filled with value, but don't miss the part 4 and 5. You want something because you know what you don't want. And once I wanted to have my own business so that I can work on my own terms, because I was tired of working at toxic jobs, putting in hours and hours of work and still making the minimum wage. Sometimes I still don't believe that I manifested that reality, because once that reality was just a thought and I wanted it so bad that at that time it felt like it was impossible to live in that reality. If you can resonate with this, you're gonna love this video, because the first thing that I did and I invite you to do is to set an intention. Because when I was in a situation when I knew that I didn't like that situation and I wanted something different, that gave me my intention. So wherever you are right now, you do want something different, something better. That's why you're seeking information, you're seeking help, you're seeking knowledge, you're seeking answers. So come up with a strong intention, and your intention has to be strong. Because if your intention is not strong, which means your why is not strong. And when our intention, our why is not strong, we lack discipline, we lack action, which means we are going to stay in the same reality. So for me, my intention was really strong. I wanted to come out of this situation because I was tired of being poor. I was tired of being undervalued. I was tired of not living my life, doing things that I want to do. So that was my intention that led me to where I am today. So ask yourself these 2 questions. Am I happy where I am right now? If your answer is no, the second question I want you to ask is, where do I want to go? What do I want to manifest? What do I want to bring in my reality? And once you have your intention, the second thing that I want you to do is to be clear on your vision. And this is what I did. Once I knew that this is my intention, I want to come out of this situation and I want something different, then I went really deep into knowing my vision, writing down my vision. Vision and intention go hand in hand, because your intention will give you more idea of your vision. And vision is, for me personally, a combination of my goals and my intention and what do I want to see in my reality. Maybe right now you want to focus on your work, on your business, on your finances, on your relationships, on your health. Whatever your goal is, have a clear vision. One tip that I would give you, because I didn't know at that time, because I was trying to manifest everything at the same time, if you can channel all your energy to one goal, you are going to be less distracted. Because for me, it took me longer than usual. Again, there's no timeline, but for me, I now know that if I could have focused on one thing, if I could have went all in on one thing, for example, my work, my career, I would have not been distracted, and I would have been able to manifest my goal, my vision a long time ago. Once you have your vision, you can reverse engineer the whole process. Now you can set your goals. Now you have this one big goal, and from that one goal, you can take different goals. If your goal is to manifest your vision in a year or 2 years, let's take an example of a year. Now, what do I want to achieve in 6 months? Then when you have 6-month goals, then come down to 3-month goals, then come down to 1-month goal, come down to weekly goals, come down to daily goals. Your goals, your vision should give you something to do today. It's not about next week, next month, it's about today. Because if you really want to manifest your reality, you should be working on that today. Either it's the inner work or the outer work. You watching this video, you're already doing that work. Not a lot of people talk about this, but the third part is so important, and I don't see a lot of people talking about it, especially people who are teaching manifestation, law of attraction, or anything related to mindset, which is sitting in silence. For me, this is one of my most powerful tools that helped me to manifest my reality, because sitting in silence will teach you how to focus. You are now not distracted by anything, but just you and your thoughts. You're sitting just with your thoughts. When you start sitting in silence, you learn about yourself, you become self-aware. And when you are self-aware, which means now you're more connected with your inner being. And when you're more connected with your inner being, which means now you know the path that you want to follow. Because now it's not you who is, because of your outer circumstances, taking the action. It's your inner being is guiding you, because they already know what you want, because that inner being is you. So for me, the most powerful practice out of everything is sitting in silence. You can call it meditation, you can call it solitude, sitting in silence, you can call it anything. But make that your practice that you want to do if you want to manifest your reality. And if you see it from a different perspective, maybe you are someone who like to see things from a more scientific perspective or a technical perspective. When you sit in silence, which means now you're slowing down your thoughts and you're bringing more space in between your thoughts. And when there is more space in between your thoughts, which means you're thinking less thoughts, there are less thoughts in your mind, it's more quiet, it's more calm, which means your vibration is higher. You probably have heard somewhere that less thoughts is equal to higher vibration, because you're more present. Your energy is not in the past or the future, your energy is all in the present, which means you are fully here, aware, and reflecting a higher vibration. And that is something law of attraction wants, higher vibration. Because if you are vibrating on a lower frequency, you're not going to manifest things that are vibrating at a higher frequency. In the next part I'm going to talk about, you will understand more why you need to sit in silence, why it's so important to have a calm mind. But if you're enjoying this video, I would really appreciate if you would like the video, because this really helps me reach a wider audience. Okay, now we are here at part 4, and in the beginning I said part 4 and 5 are so important, because this point, this tool is going to help you. It's going to motivate you. It's going to give your brain that information that you need to manifest that future, which is visualization. And visualizing the future outcome and connecting with that emotion is the secret to success. And here, when you visualize, because if you're visualizing with a million thoughts in your head, you're not going to go deep in your subconscious. So that's why part 3, which is sitting in silence, meditating, is gonna really help you visualize properly. And to take that information that you're visualizing, maybe you're thinking a thought, a video, or images, anything that you are seeing in your mind, it's gonna go smoothly in your subconscious mind. So make sure you spend 5 minutes to sit in silence, because this is going to help you and it'll enhance your practice. For me, visualization is the stuffing of the sandwich. If I was not able to visualize that future scenario, maybe that future scenario I'm living right now, but in the past when I was visualizing this situation, being full-time in my business, making videos, helping others, and living my life the way I wanted, I visualized that first. That brought a lot of emotions, feelings of having that wish fulfilled. And with the help of the next part that I'm going to talk about, I was able to manifest that. Don't complicate things. It's a simple process, but simple doesn't mean easy. It takes time, it takes discipline. You have to visualize your future scenario. You have to have a strong intention. You have to sit in silence. You have to do things differently if you want different results. So visualization for me is a really powerful tool, and from scientific perspective, there is a part in your brain called RAS, Reticular Activating System. This helps you to see more similar experience. So when you are visualizing, you're seeing a situation, you're seeing a scenario, and your subconscious is taking notes of all of that, what you're thinking, visualizing. And then your subconscious will start showing you a similar reality. Think of your reality is like a mirror. Whatever you are inside, in your inner world, it's gonna reflect and come to fruition in your outer world. And the last part, if you don't do this, everything that you're doing, it's not gonna give you results. For me, I know for sure, if I wouldn't have taken inspired action, which is our part 5, I wouldn't have been able to manifest this, because remember the law of cause and effect. We have to also take action, and especially inspired action. And you will have inspired action when you are clear of your intention, your vision, you are sitting in silence. That would and visualization that would motivate you to take action. And now, instead of you being distracted and going in different directions, you're following one direction. Your focus is narrow. You're narrowing down your field. And a lot of the time, people don't take action. They would do all the other practices. Or sometimes people just take action and don't do the inner work. So we have to bring that balance. And again, in my experience, and I've heard from other people as well, that it should be 70% of inner work and 30% of outer work. And for me, sometimes how it looks like, some days you might want to just do the inner work. Let's say it's 90% and 10% action. Some days it can be only 10% action, only 10% inner work and 90% action. It can vary, but if you see this as a whole, it should be 70 to 80% of your inner work and 20 to 30% of your outer work. We are bringing the masculine and the feminine energies together. For me, I struggled with this for a long time. I was all about action, action, action. I had a lot of masculine energy that I was like trying to take action all the time because maybe there was a belief, and I think I still have that somewhere, that I feel like I need to do something in order to bring results. I need to like work really hard because that's the only way to be successful. But I've experienced that in the past that it is not true. Sometimes I have to just allow. So if you will do all the work and take inspired action, which again, so important, you will definitely start manifesting your dream life. Because I manifested mine. There's no way that anybody would call this luck, because this is work, inner and outer work. So combine these two together and I can guarantee you that you will manifest your dream reality. And this is the same technique that helped me to went full-time into my business. And I remember those days when first time I quit my job. I quit my job only for a few months. But this was my plan because nobody wanted me to quit my job because they thought this was a disaster. But I knew what I was doing. I knew what I wanted to do. So I took a little break for 3 months, 4 months, because I saved up some money. So don't make this mistake that just quit your job. I saved up some money. Then I worked really hard on putting in the work. And I remember those 2-3 months, I worked really hard. And that in 3 months, in 4 months, I started seeing more results. But then there was a time that I had to go back because I was getting so frustrated. I was getting so stressed because things were still not there yet. I was making money from my business, but it was not enough that I could just say, I don't want to work anymore. So I went back even though I didn't want to, but I knew I had to weigh out my options. Either I could get frustrated and be stressed and maybe never be able to come out of that situation, or I can go back to work so that I can have more flow, cash, and still focus on my business. So I started working again, but at that time I also had my business. So I was doing 2 things at the same time, and it was stressful, it was hard, but eventually it made sense. So last year, even though I did not really quit my job, I just said that I'm going to see my parents who live in India, and I will or might come back. So one thing I would say that I was so fortunate that this job had that flexibility where I could go back again and they would hire me. But I never did because I was able to support myself. And this is the best feeling because one day I remember I used to cry about it. I used to envision this reality that one day I don't have to get up and go to work. One day I would just get up, do my thing, make videos, help people, and just live my life on my own terms. And that, everything that I just explained, is the key to manifest your reality. And if you enjoyed this video, if you found this helpful, I would really appreciate if you would like the video, leave a comment, because your engagement is really important for the algorithm to put this video out in the universe. All right, that's it. I'm sending you peace and love. Keep manifesting.